nentuin Assalamualaikum. Sound check. Am I clear? Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, Prof. It's clear. Thank you.
All right, very good. Nurmiza, hello. Miza. Eh, can I have the QR code again, please? Hmm. I hope everyone is doing fine this morning. I can see so many participants. How many exactly? Let's see the number. 26. 26, I believe, from various places. Must be some from China, Indonesia, Indonesia, I think from the Middle East, many in Malaysia. Okay. Can we have the QR code again, please? Hello, Zawashuli. What time is it in China? Huh? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in China. That means similar time with Malaysia. Oh, Prof. Ku. Okay. Dr. Nick Azriman, my very good friend, is also with us.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. It's very happy to see you. We are going to Sarawak next 3 days.
I see. Ada conference Doctor?
No, bawa anak pergi register di Bintulu.
I see. Okay.
They asked for the QR code again. Okay, here you go. Ni masuk sini sebagai apa ni? Sebagai pemerhati.
Actually saya invite my student Doctor.
Okay.
Saya nak bagi link kat diorang tu yang senang sikit nak access.
That is right.
Okay.
So we wait for another like 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes and we begin. I believe many more students are coming in because supervisors are inviting them through the links. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, yeah? 5 minutes maximum. Dr. Nick can also help me and also have who in the room? Dr. Juliana pun ada, I believe. I nampak tadi nama. Yeah, and who else? Tu Dr. Juliana ada. Dr. Saadi. And the staff will be assisting us for this session is Miza. Miza ada kan Miza?
Assalamualaikum Doktor. Ada Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay, so Miza will be with us until end of the session kan?
Ya.
Very good.
Dengan Nurul Bakis.
And Nurul Bakis, okay.
Ya.
Okay, for the participants, if you have anything, well, in this 2-hour session, you can always post questions in the chat box and they will alert me. Okay, some questions may not be addressed by myself, but maybe from your peers. You can ask me, you can ask the peers, anyone in the session, and we can discuss together. Okay, ada master student, bagus. So don't make it very formal. I try to run it as very leisure as possible. And furthermore, our topic is very practical. It's about 10 must-do things, practical things in your study. So I try to bring this not to be formal, try to just to break the ice. Things like that. I hope my camera is okay, yeah? Okay. I'm actually very busy preparing documents for my daughter. She is going to register for her diploma in Sarawak. So, and this is the last few days. We are flying on the 30th. Okay, the QR code is closed, and therefore I believe it's time for us to begin. No? Allow me to share my slide first. Okay. Before that one, I want to make a welcome address to everyone. especially to the participants, students of UUM from various places. With the grace of Almighty Allah, it is my greatest pleasure to welcome all of you to UUM virtually for the Postgraduate Enhancement Workshop, organized by Awang Salleh Graduate School of Arts and Science in collaboration with Media Technology and Communication. And first of all, I would like to welcome participants and postgraduate students from University Uttar. We have also students from Adamais University, India. Can I see your hands from Adamais University? Give some thumb ups. From Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Can I see the hands? Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. I think I have been to the university previously. SMMTC partners, as well as other local and international universities or institutions, right? And for your information, this workshop aims to provide support and academic development of students in preparing yourself throughout the period of your postgraduate studies. Either you are doing master or you are doing PhD. So this is one of the support that we provide you. An avenue for you to know people and further make networks, especially, right? Okay, I think with that, I can now share my contents. This is what we are going to talk about. 10 must-do things in your study. This is my name, Associate Professor Dr. Ariffin. Some of you may know me, and I also noticed that in the participants list, one or two of my students are also with me here with us. All right. As I said in the beginning, this is a practical topic, yeah? Practical. Practical means something about doing. When I say 10 must do things, that does not mean that there are only 10. There are many, many more. But we discuss about these 10 only. Because for me, these 10 are very common, very common. But sometimes students do not realize. Okay. And there are many more. And you can see there are only 10 red dots on this canvas. Besides these 10 red dots, there are so many white dots. So these white dots are things I do not discuss. I discuss about these 10 only. All right. So don't say there are only 10. There are many more, but we discussed this morning about these 10 only. And if what Allah wills it, in future, we can meet physically, we can make workshops, we can have workshops on many more topics regarding to something that can something that can be an avenue for various purposes as well, like this one. This is virtual, but if we can meet physically, that would be much more interesting. Right. What are the 10? These are the 10. These are the 10 I'll be discussing with you from my experience, from my students' experience, from my experience as an examiner, yeah, from my experience as an administrator. So all these combined together, wrapped together into what we are going to discuss in this 2 hours. Before that, before we go further into that one, a brief introduction about myself. Ariffin Abdul Mutalib ni is I used to be the dean of school, and before that one, deputy dean, head of department, program coordinator, and some other administrative positions. I have also attached to our IPQ as the person who monitors academic accreditation, certification. So I handle all those things, bring schools in applying for that one. Quite interesting. But now those have been history in my career development. But having said that, they actually equip myself with various skills, which I really appreciate. Okay, but my major role is a researcher in the university. As a researcher, I have obtained school grants, university grants, national grants, international grants, industry grants, quite a number. And in total, I think if I browse in the system, so far I have secured more than 30 research grants since 2002. From the grants, I have supervised more than 8 PhD students, more than 8 PhD graduates since 2010, and 4 of them, I think 4 or 5, have graduated in the given time. So they graduate on time. And now I have how many? Like 4, I think, 4 active students. 8 have maybe 10 have graduated. So through my supervision, we have published more than 60 papers in Scopus, ISI, proceedings. So with that, I have also strengthened my portfolio, and as a result, we have been able to secure consultation projects by government agencies, industry. And on top of that one, we have also been able to win awards and recognitions internationally, nationally. And so far, I think more than 15 awards since 2009, after I finished my PhD. But those are something that really developed my career, that I feel I am confident enough to now go into the community, do community project, solve their problems, which vary from academic to outdoor. I'm very lucky because behind me, I have a very strong support system from my family, from my friends, from my colleagues in the office, from my partners in the industry. So those are paramount in my career development. Very important one. Right, ladies and gentlemen, those are a very short glance of myself. Any question? Right, huh? So now, okay, the 10. Now we get into the 10 must-do things. Number one is very important. Don't forget about the creator. Don't forget that we only put efforts into making things, but who realize it is the creator, right? So must always make dua. Must always make dua. Even though if you are not in your study in life, always make dua. And specifically in your study, there are good things. There are what? What to make doa, kan? Good doa for you to make. I myself, when I was doing my PhD, when I was studying, I was tested with so many unwanted situations, so many obstacles. But I know at the same time we have, I am in a system in which there are many people. I have my supervisor, I have my peers, I have my people in the office doing my administrative stuff. I have so many people that are related to my study that I believe if they are well, they can help me well as well. So make dua for you. Therefore, make dua for you. Make dua for your supervisor, number one. Supervisor is very important. So you make dua for your supervisor as well. You make dua for your friends. Make dua for whoever that are related to your study. Don't only make dua for you. Kan? That is very important. Because if they are not well, they will not be able to also perform well in committing with your study. Trust me, if they are doing well in their work, if they have very stable emotion, if they are always strong, if they have very good spirit, always their body, their mind, their soul, their emotion, their spirit, and all. If everything is well, everything is always in order, you as well, so things will be smooth. And many people forget about this one. Many people forget to make dua about this for their supervisor, for their family, is, I think everyone make dua for the family, but for the supervisor, for your friends, for whoever that are related to your study. My tips. This is what I practice, and my students also. Yeah, dua is a very powerful weapon to the Creator, because we believe we are only trying at our best, but who realizes it is the Creator. So ask from the Creator. Small things, big things, from the Creator, the God. That is number one, very important. Always. Not only when you have problems, not only when you face difficulties, but more importantly, when you feel happy. When you feel happy, when you feel you are granted, when you feel you are you achieve something. Very good song.
Aku berbahagia, kaulah kasih di dunia.
Thank you, Dayang Nur Faiza, for the very nice song.
Oh, kekasih.
Who is that with Dayang Nur Faiza?
Cinta yang pernah ada dalam hatiku, walau dirimu pernah terluka, ku akui segalanya.
That the one is the sample of the doa. While it was
Sample of the doa that make people happy, that make people feel free. Okay, all right. Dayang Nur Faiza, thank you very much. Okay. All right. So that is very important. Don't forget, when you gain something, when you feel happy, so remember the God. Ah. And must do thing number 2 is this one. Many people, when we check, they don't have this. Planner. And very important also when we talk about planner, when you are in a project, when you engage with something, make your goal visible. Make your goal always visible. If you have a carol in your lab, paste your goal on the wall. When you are in the room, paste the goal in the wall. And the goal must be very specific. Very specific. You have to have a long-term goal. You want, for example, you want to finish your PhD in 2.5 years. Is it possible? 3 years. Is it possible? You have the answer. So make the goal very specific. So besides the long-term goal, must always do your short-term goal. For example, what you want to achieve in this semester, or shorter one, what you want to achieve in this month. Shorter one, what you want to achieve in this week. Very short one, what you want to achieve today. They have to be very specific, very clear, very specific. What we mean by specific, your goal must answer to that WH questions. Must always answer. What you want to achieve, when you want to achieve, who do you need who do you need to work with, or for example, or whose contribution do you need, for example, in order to achieve that one, and how. Where is another question. Some goals you need to answer also the where. You want to submit a paper. To where? Right? So be specific. This goal must be very specific and visible to you. Must always be visible, very easily for you to see. Otherwise, if you don't write, see means, visible means you write it and let your eyes view it always and always. Because if you do not do that, you tend to forget. And when you forget, you will feel like, oh, there is nothing to do today. You wake up in the morning and you feel like the world is yours and you can just sit down and goyang kaki, do nothing. And in your research study, it is allowed. It is allowed because you have no due date. You have nothing to submit to anyone. You have no class to attend. You have no assignment to do, to turn in. And you will not feel guilty. But actually the time will leave you. And you remain not progressing. When I speak to, you know, because as I said, I have more than 10 students. They have graduated. Very luckily, they have graduated very successfully. Some of them very successfully. Some of my students, they graduated with, for example, 10 papers, a few awards, copyright, a few IPs. They got scholarship for presenting papers overseas. But some, in contrast to that, had a very hard time. Some had a very hard time, very struggling, very few paper, 1 or 2, just fulfilling the minimum requirements. Okay. So when I speak with them, when I sit down with them together, I see different style of managing their study, and obviously the very successful ones, they have their very clear, very comprehensive planner that they always adhere to, that they always follow. They have planned something very precise one, very comprehensive one, very clear one, and they just follow through and they make it. So from my own experience, I have various examples. Those with planner, very perfect planner, and they just follow through. Those do not have planner, and I can see the results. Similarly with my undergraduate students. If I observe my first class students, oh, they always know what they need to do. They always know when they have to submit things. They always know who they need to meet. They always know what to do next, and they score. So this is very important tool that you need to know, that you need to have, must do, no matter whether it is physical or now people talk about digital. Now they don't talk about paper anymore. They talk about in their iPad, in their smartphone. It's okay. There is nothing wrong to have digital planner, but make sure you have a planner that drives you, a planner that show you the way, that alert you on what you have to do, on what you will need to perform in maybe next week, for example, or in 2 weeks, or end of the month, you have to do, and therefore now you have to do what? And I'm sure people in front of me here, they have their own planners, right? I hope you're here, yeah? You're here, your eyes, your ears are with me. All right, number 3, you must always prepare pen and paper everywhere. Yeah, Dr. Nick, raise your hand. What do you want to say? Dr. Nick, you want to say something? Perhaps you can share from your experience. Oh, silap eh. Okay. All right. But I welcome for anyone to share your experience as well. Sharing is always better than one person speaking. Okay, must always have pen and paper provided everywhere. In my study, I used to have my pen and papers everywhere with me because always you may get some information at any time and you may remember of something. Suddenly you remember of something. You think of something, or when you are driving, you see something. And that is, for example, something related to your study, something that can help your study. Or you see people, you walk around a city, for example, and you see there is a name of someone saying something that is related to your study. You think you can remember. You remember it at that time. But now, because our life is so heterogeneous, it is very easy for you to forget. Right? And now we are too much relying on digital things. We don't save them in here anymore. And we don't train our brain to remember. And therefore, forgetting things is always very easy. How do you find that? right? Okay, so always prepare pen and paper or your digital device, no problem what tool it is. So when you remember something, when you see something, jot them down, so that when you have time, you can revisit, you know the thing that you used to remember, the thing that you used to see, you used to know, and then you do searching. Or while you are driving, for example, while you're doing outdoor, you remember. From my experience, when I go outdoor, when I not on my desk, ideas come. When I not on my desk, ideas come. Ideas that do not come from books. When we are on our table, we focus too much on our written material, right? Or on our computer, engage too much onto it. But when we are away from our desk, our mind is freer and ideas are coming in. Ideas will come in. My way, I always go outdoor. And when I go outdoor, oh, thousands of ideas coming in. When I return home from outdoor, for example, from a 1 week outdoor vacation, 1 week, for example, hiking. I always went hiking last time when I was like below 40. Always went hiking. 1 week hiking, 3-day hiking, or just camping somewhere nearby. So during that time, ideas come in. Then when we return home, you know exactly what to do. Because when you got the idea, you have pen and paper to write. So record them. Don't let them just in your mind, because you will forget in 5 minutes. Thank you, Munya. If you don't write them down, you will forget in 5 minutes. This is the scenario now in our digital age. When you go outdoor, in your kitchen, I think Dr. Sabiatan is also with us. Oh no, Huo Yun Shu. Hello, Huo Yun Shu. Right. In your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your while you are traveling, especially many hour flights, bring your pen and paper with you. Must have your pen, your paper with you. During that time, from my experience, when I speak with my students, with my peers, with my co-supervisors, ideas will come in, and it is they will decay very quickly. They will decay very, very quickly, and you must have experienced this. You must have experienced where you try to remember what you used to remember, but you are not able to, and finally totally decay. Right. Good to have pen and paper always, because if we rely solely on technology, sometimes their battery is out, and sometimes they can get damaged. Just as a backup, if you are too technology savvy, right? But old folks like me, I think we prefer pen and paper. All right, that is number 3. Number 4, very, very important. Make people around you understand your situation. Make people around you understand your situation. You have to make them understand. Don't expect them to understand. I have met many people, they always say, oh, this person do not understand me. Or this person really not supporting me. These people give me problem. These people, yeah, that is the norm. That is the norm. But on your part, you have to always try your best to make them understand actually, and eventually they will understand. We have to admit that doing PhD is a very unique process. Therefore, the time will also be very unique. You will be very unique during your research study. Your family, for example, may know you as a very easygoing person, blah 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 blah. Well, very protective person, very caring person, very a person who always be there for them to give hands. But when you do your PhD, perhaps you change. You want to commit to your PhD study more than anything else. Therefore, you need to make them understand. Tell. If you have small children, tell your small children. Oh, now mommy is like this and this and that. Mommy for this 3 year is not able to blah, 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 blah. Mommy or daddy for this year. It's the more difficult process, but you have to try your best. It is very difficult because you need to change. When you make changes, you manage the change. If you fail to do that, forever they do not understand you, you will find very hard time to get their support, to get them into, if it is possible for you, get them into your study as well. Get them into your study, even though not physically but cognitively. I strongly believe that research study, especially PhD, is a unique process. You have to change, you have to make changes, and it is not your 1% hard work. Yeah, but the whole family have to work together. The whole family have to work together. And do not take the opportunity of your, especially if you are a government staff and you are granted with a study leave, given a scholarship. Do not take that one as an opportunity for you to get rest, take a rest from your duty, and you feel free with it. This is a very wrong understanding, obviously wrong understanding. Okay, but take it as something that is so big in your life, something that you need to make changes, something for you to prove. And very important also, when we talk about people around you, know who you can trust. Know, you must select people who you can trust, people who you can share with, people who you can be with. And at the same time, there are people who try to make you down. Identify. And there are people who don't show physically, but they go into your inner belief, your emotion, your spirit. If you want to know how, you watch many drama. Now on TV, many drama, they are so poisonous. I don't know what to say, but drama nowadays, they are so what, teaching people to do bad things. So learn from that. There are people around you who you need to, you can talk to, you can spend time with, but not to trust, not to what they say is something that you can always like, okay, laugh together, but then forget. If you have problem, don't share with them. You have problem, share with right people who you trust. You must know, you must be able to distinguish this. Right? That is number 4. Very, very important. Make people around you understand. As well as your sponsor. Talk to your sponsor. Talk to whoever related to your study in the university, out of the university, in the university where you serve, in the organization where you serve. Make them understand. If your study is like this and like that, and the time that you need may not be enough in 3 years, make them understand from the beginning. And then the consequences will be easy. Right? So I'll proceed with the next must do thing for you is ha 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 ha. What is that? Very, very important. As a supervisor, after having supervised more than 10 postgraduate, and I only have 1 master students, the rest are PhD. As well as undergraduate, many undergraduate in their final year project. A very, very big mistake of students is when they feel, when they do not, they fail to meet their supervisor. They fail to meet their supervisor. They maybe, they want to, but they fail to meet. They fail to turn up on appointments. That is the cause. That is one of the very strong causes for them to continue off track. Actually, for your information, your supervisors are always ready to accept your visit. Okay, I repeat, yeah. Your supervisors are always happy to accept, to receive your visits. Huh. But you have to always know that your supervisor is busy. Your supervisors are always busy. No matter who your supervisor is, they are always busy. You must know, as an academic, your supervisor's tasks are they never last. Their tasks never last. Always keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Many things come together at the same time. They have so many things in their plates to finish. They are always busy. And if you do not make them engage in your study, they may forget. They may forget that they have this supervisee who is doing on this research, who need their assistance, who need their guidance. They may forget if you do not engage them in your study. So you must have creative skill to engage them. Yeah. If you are from different places, for example, you make appointment with your supervisor, and when you visit them, you know, in our ancestors' time, when they visit their teachers, when they visit their teachers, they bring banana, they bring pineapples, they bring what? So as a token to their supervisor. So those are things I think we can learn from, that we can practice. Of course, don't bring banana to your supervisor. Don't bring pineapple to your supervisor, but something else as a token. Especially if after a long time you have not met your supervisor. Just as a courtesy, right? As a courtesy token. In your first semester, it is very important to always meet your supervisor. If in front of me here, among of you are first semester, always meet your supervisor. If not physically, virtually, online. If you are in different places. Let you be like this owl. Like you be like this owl in your first semester, especially towards the end. It is okay. Maybe in the beginning of the semester you feel like, oh, you feel like you are what perfect, you are clear with what you want to do. You have set the dates. This date I want to submit my proposal. This date I want to do the proposal defense. This date I want to what? Submit my thesis, and this is my viva date. Everything is nicely put on paper. You feel like that is your planning. But meet your supervisor, because actually what you plan is a very brief plan journey. In between, your supervisor will what discuss with you on what you really have to do. If you still look smart like that, it is a bonus. But normally you will look quite messy. If you look messy, that is good. Messy in your mind. But keep meeting your supervisor. Your supervisor will guide you, because your progress, I'm talking about your progress, will be entirely based on your progress. Your progress is entirely based on your progress. Your supervisor will only be able to guide you if you show progress. Otherwise, how to show path if there is no progress? Right? Progress means writing. Thank you, Munya. And if you fail to meet your supervisor, you will start feeling like, oh, my supervisor may feel bad about me, or my supervisor may be mad about me, or my supervisor will, if I meet my supervisor, I feel shy, I feel so embarrassed because last time I have not seen my supervisor for a long time. And you feel all this negative connotation will come in, and that is actually a whisper from the shaitan. This shaitan will whisper to you, don't go meet your supervisor. He is not in a good relationship with you anymore. She hates you already because you have not met her. You have not met her for 2 months. Don't go. If you go, she will be mad about you. She will scold you in front of people. This shaitan will whisper into your mind. It is not actually your attitude, because you actually want to see your supervisor, but what you trust is the whisper from shaitan. Can you see shaitan? Can you? We cannot see shaitan, but we can listen from them. They can get into our mind and say something. So those are from Shaitan. Don't trust that. Meet your supervisor even though you have not met your supervisor for 2 months, for 3 months. It's not too late. Just take it as a new beginning. Prepare yourself. Okay? Hello? I see no one responding anything. Okay, at least I see your hands. I feel so happy. I know that people are with me. Otherwise, it is quite ambiguous. All right. So meet your supervisor always, and you sometimes need to make the appointments. I always receive appointments from my students saying, Doctor, can I see you next Sunday? Wanting to show you something. Doctor, next month I need to submit this one. Now can we meet next week? Can we meet for blah, 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 blah. I really appreciate this one. Because I am too busy to set for appointments, because I am too busy to remember my students, my PhD students, they are not in front of me. But you have to know, in front of your supervisor, there are so many things on their plates, on their tables. You are not on their table. So as a supervisor, when my students set appointments with me, I feel so happy with it. Do the same thing. Right? So I want you to do the same thing with your supervisor. And they may not agree with your dates. It's fine. They may not agree with the date you set. It is fine. They will give you an alternative date. Okay? And bear in mind, you have to always believe your supervisors always want you to progress. No supervisor want to see your failure. No. There is no supervisor, there is no advisor wanting to see you fail. They do not want to see your failure, but they want you to succeed. They are human beings. They know that you have already paid the tuition fee, you have already sacrificed a lot of things in your work, maybe in your work, in your family, in your so many things to commit with your study. They want to see you progress. They want to see you excel. This is your supervisor. Trust that. Believe that. Okay, how frequent to meet your supervisor? In semester 1, very frequent. Very, very frequent. You have to know there are different stages in your study, but in the beginning, you and your supervisors have to always be together to set your research focus. To set your research focus, it has to always be together. If my students are in the campus full-time students stay in campus, I prefer to meet my new students the first 6 months of their study every week. I want to see them every week in their first 6 months of study to make sure that the focus of study is very clear. But if they are advanced, 3 months is already okay. After that, after the research focus is clarified, you already lock the research focus, then maybe once a month. But if you can meet every 2 weeks, is also okay. Then after the progress is already on track, it's already like schedule, like I know that you are working even though you don't meet me. then I feel happy. If you can meet me just like um, uh, 2 months or 3 times in 2 months, it's okay. Now, when we say meet your supervisor, not only virtually, not only physically, but you can also meet your supervisor virtually. During my study, when we talk about meeting supervisor, it was in 2009, 7. I did my PhD 2007 and finished in 2009. So at that time, when we talk about meeting supervisor, always everyone expects physical. But now, the virtual is also okay. Okay. All right. And number 6, you must do writing every day. Try to. And when I talk about writing, it refers to something that you jot on paper or in your computer. Don't just do reading. Don't just do reading, because have to always remember PhD is a process that in the end we value you on your writing. No matter how much you have read, no matter how good you can talk, that does not count. That does not count. It's what you read, what you can talk. Those are for you to write. Those are your capital for you to write. Without writing, if you tell me you can fly to the moon, you can go down underwater in the ocean, you can run on the water, that does not work. That is the rule. And remember also, when we talk about writing, it does not require you to write linearly. Between you and your supervisor, does not require you to write linearly. You can write something in the front, something in the middle first, or something that comes after first. You can write as artifacts to bring and meet your supervisor. I have students who write linearly. It's okay. It's okay. But if you are not able to, like for example, in certain situations, your process takes a very long time. When in IT students, for example, you are doing simulation, and it takes a long time. While waiting for that one, you can write other parts as well. You can already write other parts. Don't wait. Every day, write something. Write. Must always write and write and write. And also, you must have skills in diagramming. Diagram. Convey your ideas to the readers in diagram. Okay? Diagramming is very powerful. Not everything you write in paragraph. There are some things, for example, a process or steps. Those can be conveyed. Those can be presented in visual form. And always remember, when you couple your writing with diagrams, with illustrations, they will make understanding much better. It boosts, really boosting the understanding of your work, of your writing. Okay, so when I talk about all this writing stuff, you have to build good habits as well. Make writing a habit for you. Make writing a good habit for you. Okay? Again, another thing when we talk about writing, it's not only you go to your computer and start typing. Not only that one, but begin your writing with draft idea. Write the obvious first. Write the obvious first. Main points, maybe the heading and main points, write them down, and later you will complete them with detailed contents. You must have skills in sketching your ideas, not necessarily in words, but in visual form. Visual form, when we talk about visual form, it can be as simple as like mind mapping, do hierarchical diagram or something to bring the idea onto paper. I believe you still remember when you were in school, the teachers taught you about first state the main points first, and some examples in there, blah 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 blah. So those are the basics. Don't go straight to your computers and start typing. When you do that, many people I have experienced, they told me, I have seen myself, they wait for hours to just write a line. For hours to write a line. Many people also fail to write a paragraph in one day. It's not because they do not know what to write. It's not because they are not able to write, but they do not know what to write. Because they just go straight to computers and start expecting the ideas to come in and type. For some people, for many people, I could say, for many people, that will not work. Begin with drafting first. Drafting first. When you get the idea clear, then you go and type. Right? Must do. Must do. Now, if you have not practiced this, must practice from today on. Okay, we are approaching the end, but it is just 11. Still plenty of time. Good enough for us to, after I finish my sharing, we can discuss. Must do thing number 7 is do not isolate yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I don't want to tell people because if I tell people, they will steal my idea. I have met people like this. They feel if they talk to people, people will ruin, people will steal, people will embarrass them, people will. I have real experience asking people. I have many persons actually, even and in undergraduate classes, I have asked them questions like, why don't you speak in class? Oh, we cannot speak in class, doctor. If we speak, everyone will look at me. Real story, my real experience. If we speak, people look at me. Oh my God, let them look at you because then maybe you are beautiful, maybe you are handsome, maybe you have some aura on your face. Let them look at you. Even though people look at you, you will still have your face. They do not damage your face. Yeah, right. Your lecturers, your supervisors, when they speak, 30 people look at them. Now when I'm speaking here, how many? Like 40 people are looking at me. But my face do not decay. I still have my face here. So no negative connotation when you talk to people, provided that you have already distinguished between people who you can talk to, people who you better not talk to. In the beginning just now, right? Identify. So people who you trust, talk to them. Why? Because they may spark your ideas. They will, they will just, like say, I always experience this. When I chat with my colleagues, with my students, with my whoever, we just give a normal talk or normal chatting, but what we talk about always spark ideas. They do not have any intention to give ideas to us, but the content of the conversation spark ideas. And when we in the chatting session, even though chatting session, in the chatting session, they know that you are doing and oh, very interesting, they say. Very interesting. I know this person are doing similar thing with you in that country, in that country, in that country, in that country, in this here and that. And I can introduce you to them. That will give you a big network. Right? Or maybe you just sharing you just share your ideas with the people. Blah 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 blah. I feel like this and that and that, da, 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 da. And they, without you have to ask for solution, they maybe so coincidentally are able to solve your problem. This is the importance of talking with others. Don't isolate yourself. And always believe, if you know this much, it is like an iceberg. You don't know that there are so many other things you do not know, people know. Okay? Like an iceberg. We are able to see that it is like a tiny hill. But actually down there underwater, it is very, very huge. If we do not go deep into the water, we are not able to discover. But there are maybe people who always go underwater. They know about the iceberg. They can tell you. So this is importance of talking with others. They know things you do not know. What we know is too little. If you are not good at statistics, tell people that you are not good at statistics, you need help. There are so many statisticians can always contribute something to you. If you do not know how to make diagrams, tell people, talk to people. I need to visualize this in diagram. I don't know what to use. I don't know how to do it. If I want to draw a diagram, it takes me like a week for a very small diagram. But I want to do is something very big one. Tell people. They may tell you, oh, you can talk to Dr. Ariffin. He can teach you a good software for that one. If you do not know, I want to represent this one in virtual form. I do not know how to, but I wish to have it in virtual form. Immersive one. Oh, I know something. Someone who is doing that in SMMTC, he can help you. Talk to people. They may solve your problem. When I say talk to people, don't be Don't be what? Isolate yourself from events. Attend events. Attend conferences. Attend training sessions. Attend things like this in the postgraduate enhancement workshop. Attend social events. In social events, you talk about anything. Talk about food, talk about vacation, talk about many things. And also communicate in small groups, especially with small similar expertise. You need to make yourself exist in small groups of similar expertise, as well as in various expertise. In person, you must have skills to talk in person with other people. Always, if you want people to respect you, that is the rule. If you want people to respect you, if you want people to be happy with you, you should, in the first place, respect people, appreciate people, encourage people, motivate people, give. You give first, then you will get from them. Kan? You pay first, but then you will get your goods. Give and then take. How to do it? You need to practice. You need to practice. Make sure if before you do your PhD, you are not good at communicating with people. Learn it in your PhD study and practice it during your study period. When you go out of your PhD or master, you are a good conversation practitioner. Okay? Talk with others. Don't isolate yourself. Woo, very important. You must always celebrate your achievement. Must do. What is your achievement? Is it when you get your PhD? Is it your only achievement? Is it your achievement? Or when you get your master, when you finish your, when you pass your viva? That is not the only achievement. But when you, if we go back to the beginning, you have your planner. You have your planner. On the planner, you state you want to do what you want. You should achieve what, at what time, at what time. Yeah. Hello, who is that speaking? Amira Hana Muhammad Tajuddin. Are you saying something? Oh no, maybe. Okay. So on the planner, you have already told yourself that you. Oh, I have a phone call. I need to answer this one. Wait a minute. Give me 1 minute, yeah? All right. So on your planner, you have already told yourself you want to do that to achieve that, right? When you achieve that, that is an achievement. Celebrate. Now, what is a celebration? What do I refer to as celebration? It is something that you love to do. Something that you love to do. For example, if you are a parent, you can celebrate it by bringing your children having meals at KFC. Make it a celebration. Or you need a new shoe. You need a new pair of shoe. Don't just make a purchase, but wait for your achievement. Then you purchase it. Treat it as a celebration. You want to go back to your to see your parents. You have to achieve something first, then you go back to your parents' house. Make it a celebration. Treat it as a celebration. Celebrate yourself. Don't expect people to celebrate for you. It is very, very good if people celebrate for you, but you celebrate yourself. You want to go out for shopping. There is nothing wrong to go out for shopping, right? But wait for an achievement. Then you go out for shopping. You go out for a movie. If you do not achieve this, you will not go out for a movie. Tell yourself. Treat them as celebrations. Or if you have achieved a very good one, for example, you pass your PhD proposal defense. You pass your proposal defense. Make a 3-day vacation in Langkawi, for example. Make a big celebration. Bring your spouse for the vacation. Or if you have your children studying overseas, if you have finished your field study, you have worked very hardly for your field study. You finish, you accomplish your field study before you do the writing. Go visit your kid in overseas for a week, for example. Make a big celebration. But the point is, celebrate yourself. Treat something as a celebration after you have achieved something. Don't treat it as an ordinary thing in your daily life. Okay. You want to buy a new blouse until you have achieved something. Until you have been able to contact that expert and get something from the expert. Do something, achieve, celebrate something. Must always do. Therefore, you don't feel tired. You don't feel tired of doing things, but because you always get the reward. This is how I motivated myself in my study. And that really worked for me, really worked for my other people, for my students under my supervision as well. If they don't, as a supervisor, if let's say they get they achieve something, I know my students achieve something and they don't celebrate, I will ask them, have you celebrated your that achievement? You should celebrate. Just for example, a small cake for your friends in the lab, a small drinks is already a celebration. Right? Okay. Before that one, I have seen so many posts in the chat box. Before I proceed, let me read in the chat box. Oh, Juliana from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Kapar, currently doing PhD at USAS. Glad to have opportunity to join few workshops organized by UUM. Thank you very much, Juliana Abu Bakar. Oh, I was thinking like you are my peer in UUM. Juliana Utah, yeah. Okay. I have a few colleagues also in Utah. Yeah. Publish articles together. Oh, very important. When you publish articles from your research work under supervision of your supervisor, include your supervisor's name. Must include your supervisor's name in that sort of article. But do not write other people's name in the work of between you and your supervisor, unless if they really involved. But that is quite rare. But very important to remember, for the purpose of fulfilling submission requirement of your thesis, the article should not contain a stranger name. Stranger means people, I mean names that do not involve in your study, names who are not your supervisor. The article should only contain your name and your supervisor's name for the purpose of submitting your thesis. In UUM, students are allowed to submit their thesis after they have published 1 or 2 Scopus articles. I'm not very clear about the current policy. So for those papers, they should contain your name and your supervisor's name only. If you have other people's name in the paper, they will not count. So you have to wait for another paper published with your name and your supervisor's name. Then only you can submit your thesis. Make yourself clear about this one, yeah? How often to see a supervisor? I have addressed that one. If I use Google Scholar only to find out that there are few references for my own direction, does it mean that my research is not really that worthy? Should I change my topic? I want to at least have a clear mind before I talk to my supervisor. All right. Yun Shu, for your information, Google Scholar is a very general database, very general one. But you have many more databases besides Google Scholar, and many papers in good databases, in good journals, they are not available in Google Scholar. So my advice is you should hit more appropriate databases for your study. Don't rely only on Google Scholar. Okay? You must know your field and what journals are best for your fields. Hit the journals. Go visit the journals. Right? I believe in current situation, references are so rich because now people are writing very continuously. They publish all works are published now. They don't keep. Try, yeah, to visit appropriate databases for your study. Talking to SB is the key. My focus is on the ethnic minorities, Uyghur, okay. When your supervisor asks you to go on, that is fine. But again, not only in Google Scholar. And issues about Uyghur is very current. It's very current, in which in the past 20 years, it has not been discussed. I have not heard, but perhaps besides Google Scholar, you can also search in periodicals, magazines, newspapers, videos, TV programs. Now on YouTube, now we talk about information. Okay, for all, I would like to share here generally. 20 years ago, when we talk about knowledge, yes, we only refer to written materials. We only refer to written materials. But now, knowledge is very pervasive, not only in written materials, but also in visual form, in the form of pictures, in the form of video. Those are information. Those are information. And YouTube, they are reliable resources. Channels on YouTube are reliable resources. They are they hold responsibilities on materials that they share to the public. And if they share wrong things, they can be sued actually. So I believe they are very strong resource materials as well in current situation. Previously, I have talked to, and he has graduated actually, doing PhD in law, and his case was on the war in, I think, Iraq or something. Similar thing, not many written materials regarding current situations. So I shared with him similar thing, that videos are also information, are also reliable information, and they are current. So, and I asked him to try to discuss the supervisor, and I do not know what happened after that. Now he has graduated. So I hope this can give you some lights, yeah. Completes any goal? Sorry, no. Oh, Amira, tak apa, it's okay. It's okay, Amira, tak apa. I see. What I want to do is to study the HBox, which is the itinerary cascade design, but I found out many people are not likely to discuss that. Not to mention to have their cascade design. Okay, this is a very rare topic. I think it is quite hard, yes. I think it is quite hard, and depending also on who your supervisor is. If he has knowledge about that one, he can somehow guide, or she. But if your supervisor has very little knowledge on the topic, I think your statement when you say you will have a hard time is quite sensible. Are you going to discuss the aesthetic or functionality? You need to distinguish that one. Is it necessary to conduct study which is related to SV's field of study? Is it advisable to do research which is not SV's field of study, but your own interest? As I said in just now, if you do something within your supervisor's expertise, the supervisor can always, because it's within your supervisor's expertise. So even though you are stuck, your supervisor can show you lights, can show you the way. If your supervisor does not know about the topic you do, the ability to show you the way is very limited as well. But if you are very good at the topic you want to do, that is another story. But if you are just interested in it, but you are not good at it, you don't have knowledge about it, that is a story that you really have to, and your supervisor do not, furthermore, on top of that, if your supervisor do not know about the topic, I don't know, it will be very hard. My advice is try to do something within your expertise or within your supervisor's expertise. And especially if your supervisor have an intention to research on a certain topic, try to do that one. Because if your supervisor is interested in it, he will invest his commitment into it. He will invest his time, he will invest his energy into it, because that is something that he is interested in doing it. All right, thank you. And in the meantime, try to answer the survey at the link given in the chat box, yeah? Right. Now I close the chat box. Continue with your must do thing number 9. In your writing, must use powerful phrases. What I mean powerful phrases? These phrases will enable you to express your points, your ideas, claims very, very meaningfully. Yeah? Phrases that link ideas. And how to get that? How to get the powerful phrases? Oh, doctor, I'm not good at writing. How could I do this? Oh, doctor, I have never used, this is my writing. This is only things I can write. These are claims that students always make. You don't have to let everything come from your mind. There are so many banks available online, free, provided by many universities, from Oxford University, from Cambridge, from so many universities. They have their shared free powerful phrases from their websites. You can get them, adapt into your writing. A mixed reality, I can tell you. So get the powerful phrases for your writing from those online, free, available, shared by many universities. You just search for academic phrase bank. Search for academic phrase bank. You will find so many of them very rich. They already segmented into, for example, introductory things, process, discussing about findings, results, arguing, agreeing, so many segments that they have provided with very powerful phrases for you to just adapt into your study. But you have to adapt. Don't take it as they are. Don't use it as they are. Adapt them into your writing. Yeah? And read others' works on how they use the powerful phrases. Read your works again and again to make sure that you use the powerful phrases correctly. I have seen students writing when we evaluate their work in a colloquium, in their papers. They use powerful phrases, but in wrong situations. Words like furthermore, moreover, those are linking words only, but they use it in wrong situations, wrong context. So try to understand first where, in what situation, best to use this, best to use that, right? How to do it? by reading your works again and again, by reading other people's works. Admit that not all students are good at writing. You, among people here in front of me, 40 people, not everyone have similar writing ability. Even among my students, eight of them, for example, they have different writing capabilities. And I have to know that this one is better than that one. This person need more hands from me. This person need to refer to who. I need to know that. I need to admit that not all my students have similar capability. So you must know yourself. You are not good at writing, refer from the banks. Ask your friends to always read your writing first before you make it publicized. Right? Okay. And the last one, very important, you must take a break. You must take a break. I have met people who already have been so exhausted, so exhausted, but keep doing. When your body is too tired, when you feel your eating habit changes, you are so cynical about your work already. You feel cynical about your work. You feel like your study is too small. His study is so powerful. Your study is too small. Your study is not worth it. Your study is blah, 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 blah. Or you feel like so difficult to concentrate now. So many things into your mind. Think about, now I want to do this and that. And so many things come into your mind. You always get sick. Those are clues. Those are clues that you need to take a break. You feel frustrated. You feel you hate people. You hate people. You feel like scared to meet people. These are very big symptom, a big clue of something that tell you that you need to really take a break. You need a break. When you study, tell yourself you need a break. How? When do you need a break? These are the symptoms. These are the clues. And what break that you can take? What sort of break that you can take? Yeah. When you are on your desk, every 52 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. Take a 5-minute break every hour. Stand up, stretch yourself. If you have a vending machine close to your lab, go to the vending machine, take something. Okay. Go outdoor. Go outdoor, look around, see green things, look at animals, look at moving things, not vehicles, nature. You go outdoor. Don't stare at vehicles by the street. It will make you more tired. Yeah? So, nature. Go into the nature, see animals, to the zoo or something. Look at them. Or you have an aquarium in your workstation. Look at the fish. Look at the fish. See them move. They make friendship in there. They communicate among themselves. Forget about your work for a few minutes. Give your mind right view. Make dua. For Muslims, pray. Besides praying 5 times a day, Salat Sunat, make dua always. Clean yourself. Yeah? Free your mind. And exercise your eyes as well. Exercise your eyes. Don't, because when you are in the computer or with your computer, your eyes is just stare on the screen. You don't look around. Then take a break, exercise your eyes, make them move. Yeah, body also make a short walk. Sit down. Let your mind wander around. Gather and gather and gather. However it is, you know what your best break for you. But if you do not know, if you have no idea, these are among things that you can do. But very important. Take a break. All right, those are the 10 must-do things you have to always practice in your research study. My final word is happy, happy, happy researching. Doing research is a very, very happy thing, yeah? If you don't feel happy doing research, check yourself. It is a very happy thing, actually. And if you feel happy with it, all the best to you. All right. Now, let's discuss about what you have in mind. Oh, my student Meow Meow is also here. Hello, Meow Meow.
Hi.
Nice to see you. All right, from Bakar Salim, thanks Prof. Ariffin, the organizer, to all for this amazing workshop. Thank you. Is there anything you want to say? That you want to clarify or you want to share among things that maybe you have practiced and have benefited you? Share with your peers. You can talk. Can I now stop sharing this one and I'll stop sharing my slide, yeah? So that we can see everyone. After this, maybe you or the organizer, if you need to take a picture, you can ask the students to on the camera now. All right, can everyone on your camera so that they can take a picture? While in the meantime, you can express what you want to share with your peers in the workshop. Mr. Khalid, where are you from?
From Pakistan.
Pakistan. Oh, it's a very far away. Bridges Wang, where are you from? From China.
Yeah.
Okay, very far away. Bakar Salim, where are you from, brother?
Yes, I'm from Yemen,
Ah, which part?
Hadramaut.
Okay. I have my graduated students working in there now.
Yeah, Dr. Ahmed Sheikh
That's right.
is my mentor.
He's a very hardworking person, very brilliant person.
Yeah, he taught me in degree.
Ah, okay. Okay, doctor, very clear. I really enjoyed the session. Give me more motivation. Thank you. I hope it can, yeah, it can motivate you. Okay, are we done with the photo? Or I think many more have not turned on the camera. I actually really miss my graduated students. We used to work very hardly during their study. So, if you, let's say if anyone of you wanting to share something, things that you have practiced among of my 10 must do things just now, one thing that you have already practiced besides doa, because I believe everyone makes doa. Share with your peers. And also, there is a message from Awang Salleh Graduate School. Fill in the survey form in the link in the chat box. Open your chat box. There is a link of survey form. You can do it now. Thanks for sharing. Very useful and all the best, dear all. Oh, my friend, Dr. Nick, thank you for joining me. I feel so motivated when seeing your name with me. I feel like you are supporting my things. You are supporting my talk. Okay. So, Awang Salleh, I think if they don't have anything else to say, we can dismiss here, unless if you want to say something. Awang Salleh. Heartily thanks to the speaker as from Awang Salleh. Thank you for inviting me to share with the students. Inshallah, next time we can do physical workshop. PBU merit will be provided. Please fill out the form to confirm your attendance. Thank you for participating. And share again the QR code. Maybe they want to... okay, let me stop sharing this one. Some newcomers, they have not scanned the QR code. Saya student multimedia tahun 2002-2005. Thanks for sharing today, Dr. Shima. Oh, hello Shima. 2002-2005 is a long time. Yeah, very, very long time. I think that 2002, second year of my teaching experience. I started teaching 2001 after finishing my master. Could not fill the evaluation section in the feedback form from Musfira Amir. Awang had, yeah, from Musfira Amir. Could not fill the evaluation form section in the feedback form. Jamila, okay, thank you, welcome. Okay, now it already worked for you. Okay, right. In the meantime, yeah, if you, for students, if you think you want to organize a workshop within your where you are, you can contact me. My email address is in the website, or you can contact me through Awang Salleh. Contact Awang Salleh to what reach me. They can arrange. Thank you very much, Prof. It's very helpful. Okay, meow meow. Wow. It's a nice experience having you with us today. Yes. We appreciate your involvement. Thank you for sparing valuable time for the session. All right. Yes, for every participant. Thank you, Juliana, for joining us. And bring good things only to your university where you serve, where you study. Yeah, tell them about good things. And if let's say Utah wanting to invite me there, give me workshop, it's okay. I'll watch commit.
Okay, inshallah. Prof, thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Jangan dekat. If you come close, you will appear.
Doctor, just wait 1 minute. I want to scan quad core.
Okay. All right, yeah, everyone. Until we meet again, I have to leave now, yeah. See you again. I'm happy doing this workshop and hope to see you again in other workshops. I can do many topics related to supervision, to research, to writing, inshallah. I have to make a leave. Awang, yeah, Miza, and also Balkis. Thank you very much. See you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam, Prof. Thank you, Prof.